How's it going, everyone? Been covering the Black Friday sales a lot from a digital standpoint, but in this video, I want to highlight some of the great physical deals that are available right now. There's quite a lot of good stuff, primarily focusing on Amazon and Best Buy. Best Buy is really crushing it in terms of their great offers, but we'll highlight Amazon first, and right off the bat, recently released and revered as one of the best games of the year, we have the Walking Dead Destinies. Already 20% off for $39.99, retelling the first 4 seasons of The Walking Dead in style. You make your own decisions and shape the course of the story. Obviously, I kid here. I just think it's humorous that this is already 20% off for $40. But, yeah, this isn't even out yet, actually, from a physical standpoint. It's out on December the 1st, but generally speaking, that game is hated. And, yeah, you guys probably shouldn't buy it unless you want some comedic relief. Moving on from that, Dying Light 2 Stay Human, on the other hand, this is a fantastic deal as it's down to $19.99. Really enjoyed Dying Light 2. Maybe not as much as Dying Light 1, but that sets a pretty high standard. Dying Light 2, I still thought had some really enjoyable gameplay. The parkour was great. The story starts off really compelling. I feel like they kind of fumble in the second half, but, it's fine. Visually, it definitely doesn't look fantastic, but still okay in that regard. I think the parkour gameplay really stands out, and obviously there's a ton of content. It is from Techland, so expect this game to be updated for quite a while, since they're pretty good about that. So check that out, $19.99 for that. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, 50% off for $35. Look, I still feel like this is a little bit too expensive, but that just might be me being cheap as hell. This gets you Spider-Man Remastered on top of Spider-Man Miles Morales. Obviously, play Spider-Man 2018 first. I recommend this because I imagine a lot of people are going to be picking up the Spider-Man bundle that includes Spider-Man 2 and a PS5 Slim, but you should definitely play Spider-Man 2018 before you play Spider-Man 2. You should probably play Spider-Man Miles Morales as well. They're both great games anyway, so $35 for that I think is quite solid. Sonic Superstars, 42% off for $35. Have yet to jump into this myself, but given that this just came out at the end of October, it being down to $35 already, while not that surprising given that Sega tends to discount the Sonic games fairly quickly, I still think, that's a notable deal that I would say check out. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, 33% off for $39.99. Obviously, a lot of criticism as far as this collection itself goes, but it's still 3 fantastic games with MGS 1, 2, and 3. Konami is aware of the issues. I'm sure they were aware of the issues ahead of the collection's release, but yeah, you guys know how gaming is these days. MGS 3 is phenomenal, and I'm really excited about it getting a remake, but that probably will take a while for it to actually come out. So for now, just check out the Master Collection if you want. I mean, it's gonna get cheaper and cheaper, so, if you don't pick it up now, it'll probably be $20-30 by the spring, or around that time frame. And hopefully Master Collection Volume 2 does include MGS4, Peace Walker. It'd be nice if it was Rising, but it looks like that won't be the case, but what can you do? Final Fantasy 16, of course, down to $40, 43% off on this, one of my favorite games of the year. I think the game is fantastic. Does it have some shortcomings? Yeah, from a pacing standpoint, the midway point of the game has some issues, and the side content isn't anything to write home about, but I think the strengths greatly outweigh any negatives in Final Fantasy 16. You're talking about some of the best battles, boss battles, I should say, in gaming history. Legitimately, I think they are at that level. They are phenomenal. The soundtrack is excellent, and overall, the game is just really good. Action combat is great. I know that the performance mode can dip quite a bit as far as the resolution is concerned, but, most people do play this in the visual fidelity mode, so if you're okay with 30 FPS, that's probably the route you should go as well. Valkyrie Elysium is 52% off for $19. I recommend this at this price point. I enjoyed the game. Was it worth a full $60? No, but I still thought it was a decent action RPG. The story was kind of, nonsensical, but the action combat was good. Soundtrack was pretty good. Visuals, not anything to write home about. Even as a cross-gen title, I thought it looked pretty weak. But at this price point, I think it's a pretty decent pickup. Okay, so those are the Amazon deals. Now for some Best Buy deals, because Best Buy is crushing it. First of all, Star Wars Jedi Survivor is $35. I think this is a great deal. It is available for $30 at Walmart, but, Best Buy is a place that I feel like more people shop at, so $35 is still a pretty good deal. Jedi Survivor is an excellent, excellent game. I thought it was a really solid sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, and I liked Fallen Order, but Jedi Survivor does improve the atrocious map issue issue. I really liked the story, and I thought the second half was very, very good. Combat is great, and a lot more content than Jedi Fallen Order as well. 35 bucks for this. No brainer there. Next up, we have God of War Ragnarok, 50% off for $35. Best deal I've seen on God of War Ragnarok. I imagine if you have a PS5, you already own this game, but some of you guys might be picking up a PS5 Slim if you're looking for a game to gift a friend or a family member. God of War Ragnarok makes a lot of sense. Just make sure they play God of War 2018 first as well. Street Fighter 6 is down to 40 bucks. This was surprisingly one of my favorite games of the year. Now, I'm not like a big fighting game fan, but this really did hook me. I thought the presentation was great. I thought visually it was stylish as all hell. Gameplay was good, and it had a quality single-player campaign that was kind of reminiscent of an RPG title. Online component is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna get super competitive or anything like that. I'm not about getting whooped in fighting games these days, but Street Fighter 6 I thought was solid. Obviously, when we talk about fighting games, it has to be mentioned, like, these games are just riddled with DLC content and everything like that, so if you ultimately want the full experience, you do gotta spend more than that initial $40 at this point, but I thought Street Fighter 6 was great, and I would definitely give it a shout. Even if you're, like, a fringe fighting game fan, I think that's one that can win a lot of people over. Next up, we have Like a Dragon Ishin, $40 off, $19.99 for this, given that this just came out back in, like, March of this year. Actually in February, late February. This is a fantastic deal. Now, obviously, this was initially a PlayStation 3 title, I believe, that never came stateside. They remade it, and it's on PS4 and 5 now. More of a wacky, quirky, Like a Dragon title, but, you know, if you're into that, you'll still enjoy it, and the combat is what it is. I feel like, you know, if you have played other RPG titles, this is one you might have avoided for a little while for the because of the $60 price tag, but now at $20, I think that's a pretty damn good pickup. Next up, we have Persona 5 Royal on the PlayStation 5 version, so this does include all the costumes and all that nonsense. P5R is legitimately one of the best JRPGs ever released. Just like if you're getting into it for the first time, clear up a couple weekends. Like, it is a daunting task as far as how many hours you're gonna put into the game. Well over 100, and that could get a little bit crazy, but overall the game is an excellent JRPG, great art style, great soundtrack, and a lot to like out of this one. So $19.99 for that, definitely worth a pickup. Go check that out. It's Persona 5, and it's very good. Like, there's a reason why a lot of people consider this one of the best games of all time. Not just JRPGs, legitimately one of the best games of all time. You know, maybe I don't push it that far. I may have even liked Persona 4 a little bit more, but Persona 5 is great. And lastly, we have LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. This is down to $19.99, a game that I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I would. I'm not crazy about the LEGO games. Like, they're fine, accessible, fun games, but, you know, I never get super into them, but this one had a lot of content. I started becoming more and more of a Star Wars fan with Jedi Fallen Order, and I'm giving that a little bit more chance. So if you are a Star Wars fan, if you like the LEGO titles, obviously you're probably going to enjoy this game even more than me, but 20 bucks on that, I think it's quite good. There is quite a bit of DLC for that game as well, so keep that in mind. But that'll do it for me. Again, we've been covering the digital deals a lot, and that coverage will continue. I think I got one more video to do on the Black Friday sale, but yeah, a lot of good deals, and the majority of the best deals are going to be from the physical side of things. I've mentioned that over and over again as we head into Black Friday. You know, there's just going to be retailers competing with one another. As far as digital games go, there's no competition for the PlayStation Store. They're competing with themselves to sell PS5 digital copies and nobody else, you know. That's the reality of this situation. But that'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.